Hello, it's me, Rams, your host for today for the ACS Roundtable. Today we are celebrating and introducing the ACS contribution, the ASTAR contribution score, also known as the ACS campaign. It's here, it's going to last 100 days, and there's 100 million ASTAR in rewards. So ASTAR, this is ASTAR's biggest push into the Sonium ecosystem, all for good reason. So we're aiming to expand the ASTAR utility, also the holders, and basically align a little bit deeper with Sonium and prepare for the Optimism superchain era. So we're very excited. We have a bunch of teams today that I'll be introducing one by one, and the so we'll talk about more about how they're participating in the ACS campaign, and also how you can begin to contribute to start earning points. So I'll talk a little bit more about the ACS campaign, just so we have a good foundation of where we're standing and how to understand better how to contribute when the teams present. So the ACS campaign is a score-based incentive system, rewarding users for engaging with all the DApps that are on Sonium. DeFi, consumer, gaming, you name it. So there's 101 billion, ACS up for grabs. And this lasts for 1,100 days. It'd be nice if it lasted 1,000 days. It started February 20th, about a week ago, and it'll go on till May 30th. So they're distributed daily as well. And there's a website that you can go to check. It updates every 12 hours. It's fun. Users want it a little bit faster, but we'll practice a little bit patience here. And there's over 30 projects participating. So we have 5 of those amazing projects today with us. And then you're going to start earning them by participating. And you're going to learn today how to participate with these projects. So without further ado, I'm going to introduce some of these chat teams. And we'll begin with Saki Finance, actually. So give me one moment. We'll bring them onto here. You may be familiar with Sake, as they've been sipping on the sake for quite some time since our testnet on Sonium, and they've been involved with Astar for quite a bit as well, including our previous LFGM campaign. So without further ado, let's bring them up. Hey there, Mojo. How are you? One second.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah. Hey, Rams. Thanks for having us. Mojo from Sake Finance. Great to be here. Yep.
And Mojo, tell us just a brief introduction about your Sake Finance and the team, and then we'll jump right into it.
Okay. Yeah. So Sake Finance, in short, we are a lending borrowing protocol with CDP built in, something like what you see on the RV portion of it. Yeah. So with all these assets, we believe that having them deposited with us, and then you could actually leverage on DeFi and build and then have fun with other protocols such as even SuperVol. So like it's not just limited to DeFi. To be honest, you could put for example, put your A star into Sake, borrow some USDC, and go and try out some other stuff on Sonium in general, or even purchase an NFT. Yeah. So it's not limited to DeFi. It's definitely something that things could be done. Yeah. So like one interesting portion of things I could share is we are definitely exploring some form of IP collateral. Yeah. So IP is something on Sonium. So like it's definitely something that all of us want to explore. Yeah.
Awesome. Cool. And I'm excited. I've known you guys for quite a bit, and everybody on the team agrees that you have the most fire graphics. Not only do you include the anime portion, which I'm a big fan of, but also the bottle of sake, which is very relatable, especially on our team.
Yeah, that I'll give the kudos to my designer. Like he has never been on the front, but yeah, he's actually the one who came out with the so I gave the idea. So like how the team works is uh everyone's open to share ideas, and definitely the community's ideas come to us too. So some of the ideas actually revolve, like for anime, is definitely something that we saw from the ground. Like there were multiple memes of anime holding bottles.
Mhm.
So they were just editing and adding the logo to the anime. So like that's when my designer picked it up and then started editing onto the anime.
That's
With a-
awesome. And
yeah.
perfectly, and it's a good segue into talking about liquidity in total, right? So we see the amount that's being locked in through this campaign is increasing daily. And we have kudos to the soccer team and many others for that. So Mojo, I'm gonna have you share your screen and have you walk through the project itself and talk about ACS and how users can begin earning through sake.
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So I believe everyone can see the screen now. So like this is actually Sake Finance. So like how do you start off on Sake Finance is go to app.sakefinance.com. Yeah. So if you haven't, drop us a follow, join our Discord. If you have questions. So how do you begin on sake? So like you need to bridge your assets. So like I believe one of the bigger issues is that people don't know how to bridge, etc. So we actually have an interface where you can use the Super Bridge, Rhino Finance Bridge, and there's other bridge involved, like there's across and some other bridge out there. So if you don't know where to bridge, go to app Sake Finance. There's a bridge button. Click it. You'll be directed to the place to bridge. So the next portion is Sake Finance. We have a clean interface. So like there's a main pool, and then there's also A star pool. So I'll go on with the main pool first. So like on the main pool, we have ETH, we have A star, we have USDC, and USDT. So as of now, you can't actually supply S1. So like you could borrow S1 and then leverage it to like even purchase more of other assets, which is something that we see people doing already. So I'll go on to deposit some assets to showcase how it happens. So like for example, if you want to deposit A star, so this is the main pool. What you could simply do is input the amount of A star you want to put into Sake. For example, I'm doing 250. So you need to approve the assets. With every blockchain, there's kind of a need to approve the assets first before you could supply. So as you can see, it's approved. You could actually supply now. So there's a second transaction for you to supply. So when you supply, you'll get an asset back, which shows that you have supplied assets to Sake. Yep, so I'm doing a live demo, so like it probably requires a bit of time. So with a supplied asset, you could actually start borrowing assets. So like there are people who are looping their A stars direction. So like one way to do it is you could still borrow A star and then deposit A star. So like you're actually earning ACS point, Sake point, and discretionary ACS point. So there are other ways. So like if let's say you want to what you want to do is actually long A star. Like looking at the page, USDT actually has the lowest interest. So like you could also borrow USDCE. So let's say I want to leverage a little. I'll borrow like $2 because I only supply a bit. So I'll borrow $2. Yeah, so this $2 is borrowed. I will go to any of the dexes. So like I'm in close relation. We are all in close relationship. So like I usually do it at Kill also. So you can just go to Kill, use your USDC, and then for example I borrow $2. So like I want to swap another. So in this mode you're actually doing a long for A star. So with that $2, you could actually purchase more A star. So I'll just swap for A star. Yep. So I've successfully swapped like 49 A star. So I'll head back to Sake. I'll deposit the A star. Yep. So with this, effectively, you have actually increased your leverage for A star. So like if you're bullish on A star, you definitely would want to buy more A star using like your assets that are already there. Yeah. So with this, you're actually earning. So on the supply side, you're earning ACS on the TVL portions of the ACS campaign, and then when you're borrowing assets, you actually earn 3x on sake point and also the 3x discretionary ACS. So with the assets that you just swap and then you deposit into sake again, you're again kind of looping and getting more ACS point and also like your supply sake points as that you're earning. So we also have the A star pool. So like the A star pool is why we built the A star pool is because like we have seen a lot of LSTs out there who are working with A star foundation, etc. So like who we are working with now is NS A star and also Rep Stake A star. So these are the two LSTs that's available that we are definitely open to having other LSTs come on board. So like feel free to shoot me a DM or speak to the team about it or come to our Discord. Yep, more or less, I'm done. Rams.
All right. Awesome. Thank you so much, Mojo. I'm loving the simplicity of it too. I think that was one of the focuses that I learned that you had back in testnet period, where you wanted to simplify, reduce the number of clicks, and it really shows. Thanks again, Mojo.
No problem. Thanks for having me.
Yes. And stay tuned for the last bit where we'll present all the teams together. We'll take some questions and share some call to actions as well. So we'll see you really soon. Again, Mojo. Thanks again.
See you.
All right. So that was Saki Finance and showing you, the user, how you could participate in the ACS campaign where there's 100 million Astar in rewards. So again, this goes for 100 days. You can start earning these rewards immediately as you partake in the ecosystem on Sonium and use these DApps. So next on the list, we're going to have Quickswap. So Darren from Quickswap, a team that I'm fond of as well. And I noticed them back in the Polygon and even the boss moves they made on Near. So then they came over to ZK and then the rest is history. Now they're here participating in the ACS campaign. And without further ado, let's bring on Darren.
Hey, how's it going? Can you hear me okay, yeah?
Yeah, I can hear you. How are you, Darren?
I can hear you now as well.
Good. Super pumped to hear about how Quickswap is utilizing the ecosystem in various ways, not only connecting with more new users as well, but also bringing your product on chain. Oh, yeah, basically on mainnet. So I will show the video presentation. And if you don't mind, we can talk about it a little bit after, or what else you could do on Quickswap. Is that okay, Darren?
Yeah, sounds good.
All right.
Today, we're going to learn how to participate in the Astar Network ACS campaign on Sonium and how to earn ACS points. 100 million ACS points are up for grabs, which are convertible to ASTR token rewards. First, visit acs.astar.network and connect your wallet. You will then be prompted to bridge assets onto Sonium. In the dropdown, if you click on Bridge Astar, you will be taken to the Astar Bridge. If you click on Bridge Other Assets, you will be taken to Super Bridge. Once assets have been received on-chain, there are two ways you can earn ACS points, which are completing on-chain activities or liquidity providing and swapping. Users who provide liquidity and or swap on Sonium mainnet using Quickswap can earn ACS points. In addition, users who trade eligible Quickswap pairs have the chance to earn daily ACS rewards using Quickswap simply by trading the USDC-USDT pair, the ETH-USDC pair, the Astar USDC pair, and the Astar ETH pair. Rewards will be distributed based on the volume amount across the top 20 daily traders. Shoot your shot daily and trade on Quickswap. Perhaps you'll become one of the top traders on Sony.
Awesome video. I think it's pretty clear, concise, and viewers will get a kick out of it too, just because it's short to watch. So Darren, tell me a little bit more. I'm assuming you're the top trader on this pair as well, right?
I'm actually a really terrible trader. To be fair, I'm more of a hodler. I'm definitely a liquid stake and keep it somewhere kind of guy. You don't want to take any investment advice from me.
Neither. I forgot to advise. None of this is financial advice, especially from me, Rams, who is a horrible trader, and I'm just constantly crying during this market. So don't mind my emotional breakdown after the show.
Yeah, that's why I've not got the camera on. You can't see the tears.
That's good. That's good. So, Darren, I wanted to check in with you about how your feelings about this ACS campaign. The amount of rewards are insane, at least to me, and the 100-day period I think is good for this expansion that we're aiming for, especially with all these DeFi products and users getting to know them. So, how are you feeling about it?
Yeah, great. I mean, even just the sort of infrastructure and all the other teams, even here today that are on Sonium already is tremendous to see as the growth has been sort of exceptional so far. So yeah, kudos to that. And yeah, I mean, it's good to be here. Obviously, the sort of stature of the chain, we're definitely expecting big things.
Awesome, awesome. And just to round it off a little bit, with the Astar contribution score campaign, um, we know that there's a new kind of narrative that we're going with, and also partaking in this plan from Sonium and the Sony and the Startail team as well, and their conglomerate. So we're seeing this Web3 kind of era begin in that realm. Even during this market, our TVL transactions are still popping. So for us, it's very exciting to see. I think there's the slow rollout and the organic growth is really showing its power. For you at the Quickswap team, and with this ACS campaign, bringing attention to both Astar and its utility, um, how are you sort of jumping into this narrative as well? Or what are your ways of connecting with the users? And besides making this great video, right, that can be that could be shown around, what other ways are you bringing attention to the campaign?
Yeah, I mean, Dub Digital definitely has a better voice than me for the voiceovers. He doesn't have the Scottish accent. So yeah, I mean, it's obviously QuickSwap. The initially started off on Polygon POS, and the goal was to sort of grow the network. So we're sort of massively in tune with sort of bringing communities over, fostering growth, and all of those things. Currently, we do have farm rewards live on QuickSwap on Sonium. So we're looking to sort of build some liquidity through that. Outside of that, it's usually the purview of the marketing team. But yeah, I think we've got some quests going. We're yeah, definitely looking to funnel everyone we can to Sonium and the ACS campaign.
Awesome. I'm excited to see those numbers trickle up. And I myself am participating in every app as much as I can to get my score up. Let's see. It makes me feel better when that goes up and then the rest of the market goes down.
It must be the only thing going up.
Yeah, that's really it. Not my well-being or health. All right, Darren. Thanks so much. And we'll come back right to you towards the end of the show, the roundtable with the other teams to round it off. Thanks, Darren. All right, and next up is another team I'm really familiar with, also part of the testnet and a Sonium Spark winner. We're going to introduce to you Untitled Bank. I might be a little touchy because I never won that prize. They were promoting. I didn't win the PS5, but it's okay. We'll talk about that later. So, Drew, let me bring you on. How are you, Drew?
Good. How are you, Rams?
Good, May. Well, I'm fibbing because you just heard the last conversation. But no, I'm doing fine.
Okay. Well, hello everyone. I'm Drew from Untitled Bank. I'm the group lead here. And should I briefly explain what Untitled Bank is?
Yes, please.
So Untitled Bank, we've just had Sake Finance up here. We are also the lending platform, but unlike them, we are the modular lending platform where a different bank operator can come and create their own vault and operate their lending pool. So we've just had our first operator, Nemo Finance, up, and we're excited to onboard and showcase more. And yes, I'm happy to participate in ACS.
Awesome. And if you don't mind, Drew, I'm going to have you share your screen and walk us through how users can begin getting ACS through Untitled Bank. So
Yes.
feel free to share your screen when you're ready. Thank you.
Can you see my screen?
Yes, perfect. All right,
Okay.
take it away.
Yeah, this is our landing page. We've actually created a dedicated ACS page for you to easily learn about ACS. So you can access it through our main banner or the menu here. So here you can see the details of what ACS is, and you can also see your contribution score. And here you can actually learn about how you can get ACS on Untitled Bank. So for TVL-based allocation, all of the supply actions, including supplying for collateral, will be eligible. And for discretionary allocation, one Untitled Bank has been allocated 2.5 million ACS for season 1, which means we have the daily allocation of 250K ACS. What we've decided is to distribute the same amount of ACS to all live 7 borrow markets. So, which means each borrow market has 36K ACS. So every borrow amount, we're giving scores based on your borrowed amount. So if you let me just first start with our earn section. So here we have total 3 assets live: Star, USDC, and ETH. I'll first go to Aster page. So in case of Astar, we have 2 banks live. One is operated by us, Untitled Bank, and another is operated by Nemo Finance. So basically, Nemo Finance Bank provides liquidity for NS Astar and Astar borrow market. So therefore, you can just simply earn points by depositing your assets to each bank. We've calculated APYs for you. So if you hover the button on top of this ACS icon, it shows you native APY and ACS APY. So, which means thanks to the campaign, the current APYs are very high for all markets. Let's head to borrow page. So we have total 7 borrow markets live in Untitled Bank. You can choose to supply Star, USDC, WNS Star as a collateral, and you can borrow with Reptiv, Star, and USDC. So here it's also showed the net APY. It gives you the calculated APY of native APY, ACS borrow APY, and ACS supply APY. So let me access one of the market. Let's see. So here you can also see the net APY with the ACS APY included. So you can toggle the button here in the action panel. So you can actually perform more than one action in a single transaction. So you can choose to deposit and borrow funds here. And we actually also had a leverage function available for NS Astar and Astar market, but since the demand was very high, it already reached the borrow cap, so it's not live at the moment. Well, but to drop some alpha here, we will be opening more leverage function available market, perhaps in next week. So yeah, please stay tuned for that. And and also not only the ACS points, if you see U.4x here, you can also start collecting our own point, U-point, which you can also find more about it in the reward page. So you can have details of your points, and you can even collect cards to multiply your points even more. Here's an FAQ, details of our point system. So yes, and yeah, that's I think everything I need to tell you. Yeah, please come and explore more and score more with Untitled.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Drew. And where can we follow the socials for Untitled Bank?
Social?
Yes.
You can head to our Twitter and Discord. It's down here, the link.
Perfect. So there you have it. Users, join Untitled Bank. I see a lot of juicy APYs, not just on Untitled, but on many DeFi who are participating in ACS. So this is great. And Drew, we'll talk to you soon too at the end of the roundtable. Thanks so much.
You.
All right. And next up, we have another team that I've enjoyed participating in. Though I'm not the greatest predictor, SuperVol team is going to show us how to start earning ACS. And maybe if you're a good predictor of prices, this is for you as well. So here we bring up June. How
Hello,
are you,
Rams.
June?
Good morning.
GM, how are you?
Doing fine. Apart from the market, ACS is doing so well. So yeah, kind of feeling better from that. Hope the audience is doing the same as well. And happy to talk to you about SuperVol and ACS today. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too. So let's jump into what SuperVol is initially, and then I'll leave the floor to you where you can show us how users can start urge or get ACS pilled, right? Start feeling better.
Yeah. Okay. So without further ado, I think I should share my screen.
Yep, here we go.
Yep. Does it look fine? Okay. So I'll just do the intro right away. So for those of you who don't know, just do a short intro about what SuperVol is. So SuperVol started from the idea that we wanted to make on-chain trading a simple experience as possible. You don't need to learn about like all the terminology, and you just need to make simple decisions, and everything will finish within a day. So you won't need to like dwell on that as well. So this is the approach. SuperVol is the approach that we've settled on. So basically, it's a gamified options trading platform. And this is a one-of-a-kind platform. You won't see it in any other chain. And Sonium is lucky enough to have us first. So that was the intro. And I guess I'll dive right into the ACS, which you're all pretty curious about. And everything about SuperVol and ACS can be found in our docs page. So in our docs page, we've made a special page for specifically the ACS. So you'll find out what criteria we are rewarding and how you can claim them. So SuperVol is eligible for discretionary points of ACS. So we've made two categories in particular. So it's either you can trade or you can earn points just by depositing into SuperVol. So you can check out the criteria here, and then and if you're not sure how you can access these criteria, you can just click the user guide here. We've made a step-by-step walkthrough, so you'll need to worry about that. The guide looks something like this, and I guess you can like check them out for yourself. For today, I'm just going to do a small video walkthrough about how you can claim both categories. So first of all, visit supervault.io. You can see our cool page here. And without further ado, just connect your wallet. I'm going to use a Rappi here, but no offenses. Yeah, so I'm connected, and you can see that button is directly changed to deposit. So without further ado, deposit. And you'll need to approve your USDC first. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. Yep, that was fast. And then click deposit again. Make sure to do deposit as well. Approving won't be enough. You need to finish the final transaction for deposit. And you will find, actually, we'll have to go to the trade page. click here. Yep, and you'll see that it's been credited here. Actually, I had already had $10, so there you go. So that was a deposit. So you will be eligible for deposit points just by doing that action. And for trade, it's nothing too complicated as well. So this is the trade page you will see right after you deposit. You can choose between light and degen modes. Both are basically the same product, but just with different user interface. And just hang around, find out which one suits your appetite. And yeah, go ahead. So for trade, you will have to choose any of the 4 assets that we provide. We have Astar as well. And then choose a strike price, which is the estimated price that you're predicting on until the end of the hour. You can check the expiry here as well. And if you have something that suits your needs, I think I'm feeling kind of bullish this hour on BTC. So I'm going to go over on the 101 strike on BTC. So if you're not sure what this means, just read what the hover pop-up tells you. It says pay 5 to win $100 if end price at end of this hour is above this strike. So make sure you understand this before you actually trade. So clicking this button will prompt a order book and price trend. And if you're satisfied with what you're doing, go ahead and click submit order. Whoop, I have to sign in first. Yep. There you go. My order is filled, and this will be enough to make you qualified for the trade function, a trade category for ACS. And remember, when you want to be qualified for trade ACS, make sure you trade with your own USTC, not our SuperVol coupons. And you'll find more about that in our docs. And hope this was enough for a walkthrough. And if you have any questions, please feel free to ask us on any of our socials.
Awesome. Thank you so much, June. And to follow you on your socials, I'm sure you have presence also on X and Discord. Is that correct? Anywhere else?
Yeah, we have a Telegram group as well, so feel free to use that as well.
Right on. Awesome. Thank you so much, June. And good time to start predicting. Maybe we're at the bottom? Well, we don't know. We'll see. Okay. Thanks again. And last but not least, we have the Velodrome team. Methodic, thank you for joining us today. And a pleasure to have you here.
Hey there, everyone. Yeah, really nice to be here. I'm happy to talk through a little bit more about what Velodrome is and yeah, show you how you can earn some ACS. So Velodrome, I think there was a Quickswap earlier. We're also a DEX on Sonium. We're also on a couple other chains across the super chain. And essentially, on Velodrome, liquidity providers can earn Velo tokens for staking their liquidity. And, several of the pools on Velodrome right now are actually eligible to receive those ACS points, which we've been talking about. So I'll actually share my screen and just show you guys how you can start earning ACS.
Awesome. Great.
Cool. Can you guys see that?
All right. You're good to go.
All right. So, it's the front page of Velodrome. You could essentially go right into the liquidity page. And there are 5 pools currently that are eligible to receive ACS on Velodrome. To find them, you can go to the click Superchain here. So Superchain will show you all the different pools available. on Velodrome across the superchain, but we want to look at the Sonium pools. And so we've got CL here with different numbers next to them. And you scroll down, there's also VAMM. They're essentially just different pool types. So CL stands for concentrated liquidity. And for these kind of pools, liquidity providers would have to deposit and manage ranges. So what you could do is, if the price over time is trending upwards, you would have to update your range to make sure the liquidity that you're providing stays within the range of the price. So that's the CL pools, and then VAMM pools are similar to Uniswap V2 if people are familiar with that. So no need to sort of update ranges. So it's sort of more for users who want to like set and forget the liquidity, where they can just deposit and then let the LP do its thing. And on Sonium, this VAMM pool is actually one of the eligible pools for ACS. So we could go right into the deposit button. And right now the APR is about 55%. We don't actually show how much you're earning in ACS here. So you would have to check back in on the ACS website to check how much ACS you've got. But what you can do is, let's just say 0.01, right? Let's do 0.01. You would have to allow first. So I'm doing that now. Wait for it to go through. And we need to allow the USDC token. Let that run. Oh, and just hit deposit. Excellent, cool. So you deposited that liquidity pool token. Deposit confirmed, but you can see there's this button that says stake your deposit. And so let me just show you guys where you can view the LP, because right now it's unstaked, but in order to earn the ACS, you'll need to stake. So you'll see the tokens that I just deposited. They're worth about $23 in total, and you can hit stake here. And you need to allow the LP token to be staked. So I'm allowing that right now. And you hit stake. Cool. So like I said, we don't show you on our UI how much ACS you're earning because we have a totally decentralized front end. So you need to check back in onto the ACS leaderboard or the website. Every 12 hours, I believe, it gets updated. So definitely do that. But before I wrap up, I might just quickly show you all the other pools and the different APRs that you could be earning, right? If you'd like to deposit liquidity and become a liquidity provider on Velodrome. So right, there's some like triple-digit, 4-digit APRs as well. Remember, I mentioned earlier, CL stands for concentrated liquidity. So what happens on Velodrome is when you stake your LP, the Velo tokens actually get distributed to the sort of the active tick, the active range. So if you're out of range, you won't receive any Velo rewards. So that's why the APRs are higher, because it requires more sophisticated management of the ranges. But there's definitely some people who might find these opportunities interesting. And yeah, I think that's it. Probably the last thing is actually if you want to provide liquidity for these pools. So the example was the WETH USDC pool, and you don't have both tokens, you can head to the swap page, find the tokens you need, and then once you've got the two tokens, then you can head to liquidity, deposit liquidity, and so on.
Thank you so much. Pretty simple. I think that's
Very simple.
the trend that I think we all need in Web3. So thanks again. Let me turn this off. All right, and I'm going to bring on the rest of the guests here just to summarize a little bit of what we talked about. The ACS campaign, the ASTAR contribution score, great campaign to get to know these products and get immersed in them. And something that's should be known is also that the campaign, the allocation of all these points, there's certain percentages. So you get more ACS in the TVL-based allocations. So if you are one to lock up assets, then 70% of the points go to this type of action. Then we have a discretionary allocation, DeFi, consumer apps, gaming. You could get 26.5% of the allocation. The total points and the 100 million ASTAR go towards these projects. And then lastly, 3.5% of these ACS goes to a strategic boost. So it's a bonus scores for ASTAR Surge participants. Some of you have participated in that with these wonderful teams as well. And these teams right here, I think they could tell you too that there's a performance-driven aspect to this whole campaign. I think it's one of my favorite because the performances are evaluated every 10 days. And the projects who are doing the best, who are getting the most impact, get more rewards. So, and then lastly, the unclaimed rewards, they just get burnt. I wish they were sent to my pocket, but Mojo, that never happens. No good things happen to me. So let me have the last final words from our guest, Mojo, Drew. Go ahead, June. Mojo, anything you want to tell our viewers to do? Any shout outs?
Yeah, I wanted to say ladies first, but you gave the mic to me. Yeah.
Ladies first.
Yeah, so honestly, I think Sonium is under farm. There's so many places to farm. There's lots of chains out there, but it's definitely an opportunity to look into Sonium. So if you are not on Sonium yet, so I think this is an opportunity for you to come to Sake, come to Untitled, go to SuperVol to trade, to predict, and then go to Quickswap to trade, go to Velodrome to trade. We have a lot of partners there. So these are things that all you DeFi, you farmers are looking for. So why don't come to Sonium and try it? It's an opportunity, and it's only 100 days now. Unsure if A-Star is going to do it a second season, but who knows? Right, Rams? Who knows?
Right. Who knows?
Yeah.
Thanks, Mojo. You don't know, so stay tuned. Follow the socials and get all the scoops here. Drew, any last words for our viewers?
Well, I first wanted to really thank the the Sonium team for organizing such a huge campaign like this. I've been seeing tons of projects throwing questions to the team members, and it finally launched and it's working so well. So I'm so glad. And yeah, please explore all the projects on the Sonium, and also explore more on Untitled Bank as well. Yeah, I'm really excited how much airdrop I get in end of May. So yeah, excited. Thank you.
Too. Thank you, Drew. June.
Hey, so there are lots of cool apps, and not just us, and a lot of DeFi and consumer apps. available for these ACS. So I hope users don't think of this like just as a farm. Of course, it's a farm, but an opportunity to like try like apps that you haven't had the courage or the incentive to try. And I hope you can get much more than just ACS points from this campaign. So good luck, guys, in GM.
Good luck for sure. Thank you so much, June. And go ahead, Darren.
Yeah, I mean, even with our time on Astar ZKVM, we saw the strength of the Astar community. You've got a lot of degens over there. So yeah, I mean, it is great to see most of them move it over to Sonium. And yeah, just excited to see what happens. Thanks for
Thanks, Darren. You heard it. Darren says to degen into everything. That's his advice. And lastly, Methodic from Velodrome. Thanks again. Any last words?
Hey, yeah, no, thanks so much for having me. One thing I saw today on Token Terminal on Twitter, they asked a question like, will Sonium overtake Base, the fastest growing superchain? Because the transaction count of Sonium is really ticking up. So that's really exciting. I'm excited for Sonium to really gain more awareness. And so far, the ACS program is showing some great signs. So hopefully, as we head towards the middle of the campaign and towards the end, the metrics are all even more positive.
I totally agree. And funny enough, I saw that quote too, and our founder, Sota Watanabe-san, quote tweeted it saying, it's not mainly about competition between us, it's about the working together. So that comment about Sonium and Base and overtaking, Sota is in active discussions with Base. How can we bring this technology to a larger user base is the end goal, and working together and being stronger together, like here, and all these teams participating in ACS is a good demonstration of that. And I thank you all too, the builders, because you are there on the ground in the trenches. So thanks again for joining us. Everybody, viewers, I hope you enjoyed this. Stay tuned for our next roundtable. We bring on more projects and we learn how to earn some more ACS. Thanks, everybody. Bye-bye.